Alright guys, we're gonna talk about Siege today. And Siege is one of the most fun game I ever played in my life. But it's just lacking of players in the game. And we're gonna talk about, is Siege really dead in 2021 going into 2022? The game came out on Steam in 2015 and the game goes multiple platforms, and that includes Xbox and the PlayStation. And my opinion is this game is very enjoyable and very hard to play at the same time. But because I have played the game on PlayStation before, I'm gonna say that PlayStation experience and PC experience, it's a totally different world. So I'm just gonna put it out there that this video is mostly focused on PC, because I don't play on PlayStation that often and the feel of the game is totally different. The game is sort of the same, the game sense, the logic of the game is all the same, but it's just the way you play the game is completely different. So we're not going to talk about other platform apart from PC. So we're just going to talk about PC gameplay. Because of PC has so many games that PlayStation and Xbox doesn't have, including Valorant and a lot more other games. So I'm just going to put it out there that PC has more competitive games out there, and that's including Overwatch, that also across other platforms. The problem with Siege is it just never changed since 2015, and I'm gonna say I wasn't playing at the time. I started playing the game in 2017, and until today I just think it's not a lot changed. There is like a few tweaks of the map, but it's still a little boring when you start playing for a long time, because there's nothing being changed. Just put it out there, in Newcomer, I'm not very sure how it was then, because I haven't played the game for a long time until I come back to play it. But I'm pretty sure that then it was more fun than today's. But in Newcomer modes, the bomb is always the same place. It's not the same place for every single game, but if you found the bomb in the first round of the game, the bomb is just gonna be there pretty much every single round. I'm not gonna say pretty much, because it's 100% it's gonna be at the same place. And that is not game realistic, because normally the drone is there to find the bomb and also try to protect your drones. But if you know exactly where the bomb will be, you're already going to place your drone to where you're going to go. So you're not using what the game is asking you to do. I know people will be arguing about this, but to be honest, when you're playing ranked or when you're playing a higher level games, this mindset is not going to be in the game for any longer after you come out of Newcomer. Newcomer is very weird game mode where there's no one taking the game serious, so it's more fun, but also it's too predictable. I love playing Newcomer. I don't like playing quick match. I don't really care about Newcomer as such, because you don't lose or gain anything. It's just you just win or lose the game. So basically people be having fun in there, and also people that throw the game is just way too much. I hate when people just throw in the game or just leave the game, and that just makes the game so annoying. Another thing just putting out there is this game, you don't have to pay money to get better at the game. You just have to play more and more to get more skins and operators. And the game's mostly updates the game and just add a new operator, and that is not what I want. I just want a new game mode to come in, or just a totally new map, or just new things comes in. But I don't see that. The game updates is mostly operators and some map tweaks. They pull the map out to change a bit of the layout, and it's just annoying, I suppose. Some of the maps been pulled out of newcomers. I think if they just put all the maps in newcomers and quick matches and every single game mode, I think people would start knowing the game a bit more. Because some of the times I go into rank mode for first few times and I start seeing the maps that I never played on, then that is the problem. Because I don't know exactly where are they going to come from, where am I meant to go in, and where can they flank? I don't know. So that is the problem with this game, is the maps in the newcomer modes that should prepare you to play a ranked games is lacking of the realisticness. Because the game is quite easy and the game plan is always the same. The game plan is mostly going to be the same. Just for example, if you're playing ranked games, you are the one that choosing the bomb site. So you can change it if it doesn't work, change the bomb site in the next round, or even try to set up a new plan with the same bomb site, and the opponent have to just check all of the bomb site when in the drone part, so they can know and they can see where you're gonna bomb, where the bomb site's gonna be. So it's unpredictable, and every round is always gonna be different if you don't have a stupid team. So that comes into the role where the newcomer mode is always the same. If you don't like the bomb site, then fuck you. You have to play. There's no choice. And the ban phases is, I think it's the best thing they can do for ranked games. But I do not want it in newcomer and quick matches, and that exactly what they did. They did not put it in newcomer or quick matches so people can try out the new operators. And that is, I think, the good part about it, is whatever character you want to play, you can kind of play if someone don't take it. And I have done that in the past. And if if you ask people nicely, they're probably going to give it to you. Apart from they just had one character to play with, otherwise they'd just be a recruit. And this is the next thing. The game is fun, I would say, but it can have some little tweaks in the game, like adding the new maps, adding a new game mode, adding a new system in the game, adding a new rank system, having more events, because the game has no events at all apart from the battle pass sort of thing. The game has nothing to work for. If you're been playing for years, you're gonna be very rich in the game. New operator comes in, you already unlocked it with your money in the game. So I'm just gonna skip all these paying parts, and I'm gonna say what should they do to the game. First of all, adding new maps. Not necessarily take out the old maps out and add in a new one. Just adding new maps and don't take the old one out. If there's not a problem with it, don't take it out. Or if there's a problem, don't take it out but tweak it for the next patch. That is not an issue. But what you do is take it out and then put it back in. And then just boom, out there, and no one knows the layout. And that is annoying. Unranked is a good tryout for new maps that in ranked games. But also people are trying hard on unranked for some reason, I don't know. So it's just annoying when you go into unranked, just having a fun game, just trying to play and have fun, and people be trying hard and then just chatting shit about you. And it's just annoying. The game should be adding more modes instead of just newcomer and that. Why didn't add just like 10v10 deathmatch or something like that? That would make more fun into the game. Just having like a deathmatch or anything that would make the game change the way it is. Just adding it there, just change the game mode every 10 days or month. I don't care. As long as you put a new game mode in it, I don't have a problem. like deathmatch, team deathmatch, with no bomb related or hostage related. I don't have a problem with that. Another thing that they could add in is a totally new event. Like you play 20 games and you get, I don't know, a skin, or you have a new game mode, say Halloween game modes, where there's a ghost or whatever. You shoot the ghost, you get the points, you collect points and you get a new skin. Or just basically add in there and just don't give you anything, so you can just have fun with. I don't mind that, as long as they change the game a little bit, because the game has always been the same for the past 5-6 years. They haven't changed it. They're just adding new operators every time and then doing the little tweaks in the game. That's why the game is boring. If you're not into the game as such, you probably get addicted to it for the first few weeks. You play it for the first few weeks and then you just completely get off it. You don't really play it as such, and then a few months down the line and then you come back and play it. And that is where the issue begins. You play the game and then you stop playing the game for a few months, come back to play it for a few weeks, and then just go off it for another few months. And that is the problem, because the game is just too boring. If you can relate to this, you can just like and subscribe and just comment. I had that same problem, and I assume a lot of people do that as well. And the only reason why the community of this game is still alive is because of the YouTube channel and the content creators, because they are still making content and they're still making the game looks fun. So when you get off it because of boredoms, they sort of come back because these videos make them want to go back and play it again. And I think that is a great part of Siege, is because there's a lot of like YouTube channels that they make. I'm not gonna name any of them. I think you probably know a handful of them already. I'll probably know a lot of them. And the game is still alive. The community is great. There's not a lot of toxicity. I'm just gonna say there's not a lot of toxic people in that game. I don't know how to say the word, but the game is fun. The community is great. And one story I'm gonna tell you is, I think this sounds a bit nerdy, but I'm just gonna put it out there. There's the countdown day. It's the 31st of December. I think it was 5 to midnight. So 5 minute to countdown to the new year. And I just joined into the game because I'm just bored. I got nothing to do. I got no one to count down with. And my dad had to go to work in the next day. So I just queue into the game and count down with my Siege games. And I just logged in there and everyone just typed in the chat, just come by the bomb, by the A site. And we just basically sat there and just typing, and in the teams we're talking, having fun, countdowns, don't care about the game. And then we just count down together and we're having fun, and then wish everyone had a happy new year. And that is not what you'll be finding in other games mode. If you're lucky enough, you probably found a Fortnite game that probably do that, but I don't think a lot of games do that. Probably some of the good community games does it, but guarantees not Fortnite. Fortnite is not the game that you probably be getting something like that. But I can guarantee you I got it with Siege, and it was nice. It was good memory, and the game's just full with good communities. And that is why the game is still alive until today. It's just because these great communities still in the game, great people still in the game, supportive people still in the game. I'm not saying the game is just full with good people. There is some bastards in there, but it's just not a lot of them. There is some. In 10 games you probably see like 3 or 4. But that's just one in the game. Or if they're in the 2 stacks, you're gonna see them. You're gonna see them in any game, but this game you just see less of them. If they're gonna be toxic, they just don't talk. They don't talk at all. They just probably type and sort of things like that. And I have met a few friends down the line in the game. They become my best friends afterwards. I played Apex Legend with them. I played a lot of games with them. Dead by Daylight, Valorant. I have played a lot of games, but all these people I met on Siege. So Siege has like a very strong community. But I'm not saying the game has a very big community, because the community of this game is ups and down. The game has daily players, has a lot of players, but it's not as much as Valorant, as Apex Legend. But the game is still running, and the community is still going. Not particularly very strong, but the game is still very fun, and it's still very easy to find games. If you click into newcomer modes, say 10 seconds or 15 seconds, you're going to find a game. And not a lot of times you're seeing the same people all the time. You're going to see mostly new people. So there's quite a lot of people still playing the game. But there is a problem. The problem is the updates is massive. For just change of stuff and having a new operator comes in, there's like 40 gigabytes of update, for crying out loud. What are you doing, like installing a full new game or what? I don't get it. But I'm not gonna say anything about that. If you updated it, you're gonna have fun in the next operation. But I say the game is still alive and the game is still fun, and I just want more people playing the game. I want the community of this game growing. I want the game to come back to its big days. And I would say the game is very fun. I say I'm quite a new player. I'm not particularly new, but I've been playing the game since 2017. I am okay at the game, but I don't play it as often. I don't play this game very much, but I love the way the game is. I like the way the game playing. I like all the modes, but I just want more modes. I'm just addicted to Siege at the moment, and I think a lot of you could relate to that. So today, this is what we're going to talk about. Siege is not really dead. It's just not people getting attention from this game as much, because there's more games to be looked up to nowadays, like new games like Halo Infinite, other games like Valorant, Apex Legend, Fortnite, probably, and a lot more other games coming through. But this game is still have that room in my heart for all time. And I love all these games like I used to play, but I just don't play it anymore because of the community has changed and the game just changed too much. So I just get off the game. But this game has never changed. There's a good part and a bad part. The good part is the game has not changed because the game was perfect, and there's not a lot of things they could do about it. But the bad thing is the game just boring because it has been the same for a long time. But we're gonna leave it there for now. I'm just gonna say this game is still rocking. This game's still good. If you want to buy it, you can go and buy it. It's cheap. You can buy it £8 in G2A.com. And autumn sale, I don't know exactly if the game is on sale or not, but you can have a look. It's going to be cheap anyways. You can buy the game to try it out. If you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you just refund the game. It's easy enough to do that. So, see you in the next video. I'll probably be talking about Overwatch or Dead by Daylight in the next game that we're going to talk about. So, just see you next time. Goodbye.